Welcome to the tutorial for Port Town. In this tutorial I will demonstrate and analyze 4 strategies for this track to help you improve your best time. The strategies that I will demonstrate are meant to be of use to players of all skill levels. I will start with the first basic strategy that will allow any player to beat the Step Ghost. The more difficult strategies will allow even the best players to improve their times. Each strategy is given a difficulty rating to let you know what you're getting yourself into. Each strategy is also given a goal time to work towards before moving on to the next one. This tutorial assumes an understanding of the game's driving mechanics and moves as covered in the driving mechanics and moves tutorial on my channel, so be sure to check that one out first. Okay, let's get started and have fun!
It's a new record!
Port Town is one of F-Zero X's finest tracks. It is a very well balanced course with some nice corners that you can either take by normal steering or by drifting, and a nice jump in the end to practice your diving skills. Steer gently through the first left corner and line yourself up in a straight line in preparation for the dash plate coming up. The chicane turn is a very tricky corner, especially at high speeds. In the first lap we're not going that fast yet, so if you stay on the middle of the road or to the right side of the road, you can gently steer through it without even the need of any side attacks. Take the following corners with some well-timed side attacks. Keep in mind that if you side attack first and only start steering into the corner after starting the first side attack, you will preserve a lot more speed. After each corner, position the ship quickly in a straight line towards the next one. Then tackle the corner with some well-timed side attacks. Always side attack first and then steer into it. Line yourself up in a straight line towards the dash plates leading onto the ramp. Be sure to take all the dash plates and keep driving in a straight line. When you exit the ramp, angle the ship straight down slightly to find the optimal balance between diving distance and acceleration through the air. It depends on the takeoff speed, but on a typical lap like this, aim for the light colored textured road in between the buildings. Tackle the next corner with some well-timed side attacks and set yourself up in a straight line for the refill zone. In the refill zone, be sure to catch the dash plate in the middle of the road and prepare for lap 2. What time you can get with this strategy is heavily dependent on your boosting pattern. As soon as lap 2 starts, immediately start boosting and keep on boosting up to the dash plate. From the dash plate, stay in the middle of the road and prepare for the chicane turn. Do some well-timed side attacks to take it. Take the following corner with some side attacks as well. The middle section of this track has the most difficult corners. You have to tackle each one with some well-timed side attacks to make it through. You will lose quite a bit of speed in this process. Therefore it is optimal from the chicane turn on to not boost until after the corner when you leave the tunnel. After that corner, start boosting immediately onto the ramp. The ramp section and the following jump is the section of the track where you can build the most amount of speed. After the corner leading up to it, start boosting immediately and take all the dash plates. Angle the ship down to take the jump as optimally as you can, just like lap 1. Boost immediately upon landing to preserve your speed and tackle the following corner with some well-timed side attacks. Keep on boosting into the refill zone. In fact, keep on boosting all the way up to the first dash plate in lap 3. This is to preserve all the speed you got from the jump. Just like lap 2, tackle the chicane turn with some well-timed side attacks. Do not boost in this middle section of the track. When you exit the corner leading up to the ramp, start boosting immediately just like lap 2. Angle the ship down for the optimal diving angle and keep on boosting all the way until your energy runs out. This is to preserve the most amount of speed from the jump. Of course, as soon as you enter the refill zone, start boosting again to finish the race. This is one of the easiest step ghosts in the game, so also a good one to start out with. You can beat it by quite a huge margin with this strategy alone. The standard strategy on Portown is a drifting strategy. You can win a ton of time with this strategy compared to the previous one. Start off immediately by drifting into the first left corner and do some bounces into the rail to build your speed up fast. You can do a boost drift over the dash plate by taking advantage of the full width of the road. Take the chicane turn with some well-timed side attacks and immediately do a drift in the following left corner. Ideally, you can do switch drift by chaining multiple drifts together. You do this by holding down both the R and Z buttons, which prevents the ship from ever regaining grip. If you do long, wide drifts around the corners, it is possible to keep on drifting all the way up to the dash plates leading up to the ramp after the tunnel. Be careful around the ice section after the tunnel and try to align your drift so that you go right along the apex of corners and then wide again to extend the drift for as long as possible. On the ramp itself, you can do a nice boost rail drift. You can choose either the left or the right side. For this strategy, it doesn't matter. However, for the following strategies, we always go on the left side. When you leave the ramp, angle the ship down and try to land in the same spot you did for strategy 1. Try to find the optimal balance between the diving angle so you accelerate maximally through the air and also have the maximum amount of distance. You always have to find a balance between these two elements. Be sure to catch the dash plate in the refill strip and you should be able to refill your energy completely when you enter lap 2. When you enter lap 2, prepare a nice boost drift around the first left corner. The same principles apply. Try to go around the apex and make the drift as long and wide as possible to catch the maximum amount of speed from it. Be sure to catch the dash plate and go to the right side of the road to prepare for the chicane turn. Do a left side attack to find the perfect line to go through the chicane turn, followed immediately by a right side attack extended into a left drift. Boost as soon as you're through the chicane turn and keep on boosting with alternating switch drifting all the way up to the dash plate leading up to the ramp. Again, be careful around the ice part when you leave the tunnel. You can actually use the ice to your advantage to set up a perfect drifting angle around that left corner when you leave the tunnel. However, that is an advanced drifting strategy I would only recommend for the most experienced players. Keep on boosting all the way until you hit that dash plate leading onto the ramp. So you keep on boosting all the way from the chicane turn until that dash plate without ceasing. At the jump, again like the previous lap, angle the ship down for the optimal dive. Just straight down. Do the following corner with some well-timed left side attacks, but stop boosting when you land. Take the right refill strip and take the dash plate in between the refill strips by gently steering between them. It turns out that you lose less energy if you leave the refill strip briefly to catch this dash plate than if you stay in the refill strip the whole time and manual boost instead. So taking that dash plate, we save a little bit of energy. The lap 3 strategy is almost identical to the lap 2 strategy. So start off lap 3 by a boost drift to the left and keep on boosting onto the dash plate. Then prepare for the chicane turn. Again, take the chicane turn from the middle of the road with a left side attack, followed by a right side attack extended into a drift. Keep on switch drifting and boosting all the way up to the dash plate leading onto the ramp, like the previous lap. Again on the ramp, catch all the dash plates and angle the ship straight down for a dive. Try to aim in between these buildings for your landing spot. Take the following corner with some well-timed left side attacks. Now we do have a little bit of energy left, so use that energy for a final boost. And you can finish the race by doing a long boost rail drift on the right side. Just blow away all your energy because it still counts if you finish with the ship blowing up. So you might as well use this opportunity to get some speed that way and save a few tenths of a second. If you did it well, you will definitely make a major improvement over the time from the previous strategy. So good luck and have fun.
Three, two, one.
Strategy 3 on Port Town is almost identical to Strategy 2, except for one major difference, and that is the jump. Now we can do a double tap dive from this jump by drifting from the left side, do an air drift left by holding the up left on the control stick and switch to the up and then eventually to the up right position on the control stick. Then at the right timing, when your angle is right, start mashing the R button and move the control stick from the up position to the up right position to steer the ship back down to the track, while keep mashing R all the way down for right side attacks. You can land up near the max speed of the game if you do this well. When you land, immediately do some left side attacks and steer left to catch the following corner. If you can manage to left side attack first and then steer into the corner, you can preserve a lot more speed this way. Also catch the dash blade, and if you do it well you can actually fill up your energy completely as well and get a really fast opener lap. As for the boosting strategy, there's only some minor changes. Start off with a boost drift to the left again, but only use one boost. Then stop boosting until you catch your dash blade. After the chicane turn, it's the same strategy as before. Keep on switch drifting all the way up to the dash blade leading up to the ramp. Keep on boosting all the way in this section. This is critical to improve your times. In lap 2 and 3 we do not have the energy to spare to do a rail drift on the left side on the ramp, so we cannot go for that, but we can still go straight on the ramp, catch all the dash blades and just air drift left off the ramp and prepare for a dive that way. You can get equally fast dives if you do this. Like the previous strategy, it still holds true that if you catch a dash blade in between the refill strips efficiently, that you preserve more energy than if you boost manually and stay in the refill strip the whole time. So be sure to catch that dash blade and then prepare for a boost drift to the left when you enter lap 3. Again, do only one boost when you enter lap 3, stop boosting until you catch the dash blade, and the rest of the lap 3 strategy is almost identical to the lap 2 strategy, so use all the same boosting patterns from the previous lap. You should run out of energy right before you catch a dash blade leading up to the ramp. Be sure to catch all the dash blades and from the last dash blade do an air drift in preparation for a double tap dive right to land back on the track at full speed. Be very careful on that last double tap dive, because you're now out of energy. You have to be very careful with the landings as to not hit the rails. Again, take the corner after landing with some well-timed left side attacks and set yourself up in a straight line to the right refill strip. As soon as you enter the refill zone, boost and finish the race by just driving in a straight line and boost. If you did a good dive, do not do a rail drift, because the diving speed will be higher than the speed you can achieve from the rail drift to the right side. Just by incorporating 3 double tap dives, you can win about 7 seconds compared to the previous strategy, so you can really win a lot of time. Good luck on this one. This is one of the most fun strategies in the game if you ask me, so have fun with this one and good luck.
Typical! It's a new record!
Strategy 4 contains some changes to the way we do the double tap dives. In the best case scenario, you can win about 2 seconds with this strategy compared to the previous one. On the ramp, again, boost drift left, and then when you leave the ramp this time, hold down on the control stick and move the control stick to the down right position to straighten the ship out and float upwards. Then do a right side attack and move the control stick from the down right position to the up right position, and then eventually to the up position to angle the ship down for double tap dive Z back down to the track below. So now we're doing a left oriented drive, which is perfect because the following corner is also to the left, so you can preserve a lot more speed when you go through that corner this way. Again, catch the dash blade in between the refill strips, but this time you're going so fast that you probably do not fill your energy bar completely up. We're going so fast even that the boost drift to the left would waste speed that we have right now. So do some well-timed left side attacks to preserve more speed and then boost up to the dash blade coming up ahead. The following section in lap 2 is identical to the previous strategy. The double tap diving strategy on lap 2 and 3 is slightly different from lap 1. You do an air drift right. You do this by holding down right on the control stick to float upwards while drifting right, and then gradually move the control stick to the up right position and eventually up position. Then start your double tap dive Z back down to the track below. Move the control stick first up left and then eventually up when your diving angle is good and you're aligned so you will land back on the track. Keep mashing that C button as fast as you can when you land to make the following corner. Again, catch the dash blade in between the refill strips instead of manual boosting. The first corner on lap 3 again, side attack left to take it well, and then boost up to the dash blade coming up ahead. The rest of lap 3 is pretty much identical to lap 2, so do the same thing you just did. You will run out of energy right before hitting that final dash blade leading up to the ramp. So again, on the final dive, be very careful where you land, because if you hit the rail ever so slightly, you will just crash. To do this dive well, it really all comes down to timing. Set up your diving angle at the right moment and start your dive at the right moment, and try to land all the way on the left in the track, in the inside of that corner, to take it well. On the final stretch, just keep boosting in a straight line to finish the race. With an absolute perfect execution of this strategy, it is possible to get sub 1 minute times. Good luck on this one and have fun. This is one of F-Zero X's best tracks.